Hi, everybody. So I would love to take a moment and just kind of do a deep dive into soul contracts. Lately, I've been getting a ton of interest from people wondering more about what soul contracts are. So what are soul contracts? Before we incarnate into a body, we meet up with our spirit guides and our team in spirit. We have a council, and that council is our advisory board. And we sit down and together we contract what our next life is going to look like, what lessons we need to learn, what karma we need to balance out, how maybe we need to be of service to other people. You've heard me talk about old souls or earth angels who come in for a short period of time. They're basically taking one for the team, and they're here to help other fellow soulmates or soul group members learn and grow. And we also come in, our contract gives us the opportunity to learn about duality or contrast, meaning in the spirit world, we don't experience that duality or contrast, but in the earth world, we do. So sometimes you can better appreciate good if you've experienced bad, right? So all of these are our soul's attempt to grow and evolve our own soul. Robert Schwartz wrote this awesome book. It's called Your Soul's Plan. So for those of you who are really interested, I would highly recommend you check out that book. But he gives an awesome example, and I want to share it with you because I think this perfectly illustrates what I'm trying to say. So Robert talks about karma. He says karma is sometimes conceptualized as cosmic debt. But in my exploration of pre-birth planning, I have come to view it more as a lack or absence of balanced experiences. For example, if you have a disabled child and you dedicate your life to caring for and loving that child, after this lifetime, either or before of you may feel a sense of imbalanced experience. On the soul level, you would likely seek to balance the experiences from that lifetime. And if so, you may plan another incarnation together in which you switch roles. You may therefore choose to be born with a physical disability, and you may ask your former child to play the role of your mother or father. Motivated by both great love for you and by a desire to balance the experiences of the past life, your former child would likely agree to your request, and so another lifetime would be set into motion. And then he went on to say there's a distinction between balancing and releasing karma. Karma is balanced when the soul feels it has experienced all sides of an issue. Karma is released when the underlying causes of the original imbalance are resolved. So I thought that was a powerful example because I recently, in a couple group readings I had back-to-back groups where two different cases that illustrate this. And one was a husband and a wife who came to see me, and their 24-year-old son came through who was autistic. And he died suddenly in his sleep. They were not expecting it, and they were just grief-stricken. And they felt like they did something wrong. The husband felt very angry and frustrated because he felt that he should have saved his son. And basically, the son came through and reassured his parents that he was an advanced soul who came into this incarnation, taking one for the team, to teach not only his parents, but so many other people around him who got the opportunity to know him and to learn and experience his magical presence. And so these parents came in feeling so much guilt and questioning themselves and all the what ifs, playing that what if game. What if I would have done this? What if that? Could we have changed the outcome? And then the other person who that same day in a different group, she came in, lost her husband suddenly, tragically, dropped dead at a very young age. And she was so angry with God, angry at the fact that he died, saying it was just mean or cruel. And so in both these cases, there's nothing that these people could have done to change the outcome. It was a predestined potential exit point. And this was just God's way of taking them home. And so not only did they not do anything wrong, but the spirits came through and said they did everything right. They showed up for them fully in their life, and these spirits were extending gratitude for all the ways that they did play out that karmic role that they had agreed to do so long before in that pre-birth planning. So on a mind level, it doesn't always make sense, but on a soul level, we know because, again, we agreed to this before we came in, or we at least agreed to the probability or the potential of this playing out the way we contracted. And so on a soul level, when we are able to appreciate that and see through God's eyes and trust in the divine plan, that's where our freedom lies. We remind ourselves that there are karmic lessons to be taught and learned from each other, and we trust that we're going to do this over and over again as we reincarnate. Once we leave this life, we will have the opportunity to meet with our guides again, to contract a future life if we choose it. We don't have to. 9 times out of 10, we decide that we're going to, so that we can continue to grow our soul. So that's just scratching the surface. Again, if you're curious, there's so many great books out there on this. Michael Newton has awesome books, Journey of Souls, Destiny of Souls. Again, Robert Schwartz's Your Soul's Plan. Many, many books. Okay, those are just 2 that I can think of right now that I wanted to share. But anyways, I hope that sheds light, and stay connected. Wishing you brightest blessings and all love.